Human, as a species, we like to think that we are all the same, but actually we are not 100% the same. Everyone have their differences. Usually we differentiate ourselves by our gender, body type, or skin color. However, in psychology, we differentiate each other by our behavior. Especially in work psychology, we like to understand these differences to help us in predicting the job performances of our potential candidates. There are a lot of factors that contribute in altering and differentiating human behavior. But the most that gain a lot of attention is the cognitive ability and personality. So today we are going to talk about intelligence, emotional intelligence, and the personality. Intelligence has been defined in many ways, but the easiest way to put it is the ability to learn from situation, solve the problem, and adapting it with the new situation. Everyone has a different level of intelligence. Some people are just better at processing than other. Some of these differences result from their childhood, growing up, and their opportunity to learn. Psychologists has been attempting to figure out the structure of the intelligence and try to measure it throughout history. But the most popular one is the Howard Gardner theory of multiple intelligence. Unlike previous structure of intelligence, Gardner theory focuses on six different types of intelligence: linguistic, musical, logical mathematics, bodily kinesthetic, interpersonal, and intrapersonal. Linguistic is the mastery of language. Spatial is the ability to create and manipulate mental images to solve problems. And musical is the ability to recognize and create and compose musical pitches, tone, and rhythm. For logical mathematics is the ability to detect pattern, to reason deductively, and think logically. Bodily kinesthetic is the ability to mentally coordinate body movements. Interpersonal is the ability to understand other feeling, and intrapersonal is the ability to understand your own feeling. Another cognitive ability that have gained a lot of popularity in the past few years is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive, control, and evaluate emotion, identify and manage one's own feeling, and as well as the other. According to Daniel Goleman theory of emotional intelligence, it consists of four main components: self-awareness, self-management, social management, and relationship management. However, comparing to general intelligence, emotional intelligence is not a very good predictor of job performances. That being said, emotional intelligence is still a very useful component to predict about positioning, promotion of leadership. Emotional intelligence is a very valuable skill for leadership. For example, a leader with high emotional intelligence can easily understand their coworkers' struggle, which allowing them another way to try and solve a problem in the company. Having high self-awareness and self-management also allow a leader to be a much greater role model for the employee. Psychology theory about human personality are often criticized by other psychologists for their lack of scientific accuracy and their lack of value in predicting human behavior. Personality is the individual differences in characteristic pattern of thinking, behaving, and feeling. Personality development involves both internal factors like genes and also involve external environmental factors as well. Despite many studies about human personality, there are five main personality factors that are consistent in all the study. Those are called Big Five, which consists of extroversion, neuroticism, conscientiousness, agreeableness, and openness. A person with extroversion are lively, sociable, and excitable people, but neuroticism are categorized by the highest level of anxiety and tensions. Conscientiousness refers to someone who is highly reliable, organized, and focused on target, task, goal, and deadlines. Agreeableness are connected with people who is eager to cooperate, avoid conflicts, and tend to agree with other people. Openness refers to someone who are open-minded with the tendency to be influenced by new experience. Someone who are high in openness tend to be more open to new idea, new people, and new way of doing things. The big five must seem to be more useful, but in work psychology, the big five is only a minimum factors that must be included in order to describe human personality. Unlike something like the 16 personality factor from cartel theory, it is more useful to in order to predict job performance. And that was all the time we had to talk about individual differences in work psychology. This has been me, Sunby, and I am TM student from Cambodia. See you later. Goodbye.